General MacArthur drops an atomic bomb.
Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Operation Backstop Turn 4 for the communists. As we saw last turn, the communist war effort in Asia looks like it's going to be teetering on the brink now that the Allies moved in and were able to capture Peking, the Chinese capital. So, for this turn, obviously China doesn't build anything. It's got no IPC because it had to give it all to the United States. So, for purchases, Russia is buying 4 mechanized infantry, a mechanized artillery, and 3 tanks. Going into the attacks, and as we kind of start setting up for this, gonna get this figured out eventually, one of these days. So, we're gonna do a couple things. One, we'll start, well, since the communists, I don't really have any attacks for, China doesn't really have any attacks. We decided that China's not gonna do any attacks and we'll probably have to back up and move to eventually try and recapture Peking. So this is probably going to be primarily a Soviet turn. So over here in Europe, what's going to happen is, so the Wolf Pack in 127 is going to go from 126 to attack the U.S. fleet in 113. The Russian fleet in Sea Zone 114 is going to cross the straits. However, they are going to leave behind a destroyer and their transport. So, they're going to leave behind their destroyer and transport. Or at least one destroyer, one transport. So they're going to launch that naval battle. Then we're gonna do something pretty drastic here. We are going to take from the Air Army in Slovakia, or the Air Army in Slovakia. 1, 2, 3. The Air Army in Slovakia is going to take the atomic bomber, the jet, and these 3 jets, and we're going to launch they're going to launch an atomic raid against Norway. This will split what NATO is going to want to do. I mean, either way, in Norway, it's got 3 tactical bombers. They can't sortie against an air raid. So, if anything, they'll sortie for the naval battle. So there's that. And obviously, because we're going to launch an atomic raid, we're not going to advance from Finland. They're not going to advance from Finland. Coming down here, the only other attacks are going to be this attack into Israel. And then these 3 tanks and fighter are going to move and engage in Iraq. So we can start here. So Iraq has 2 defenders. So we'll come over to the dice roll. I can get this set up right. Oops. Okay, so Russia has 3 tanks and a fighter for 4 for 3, and they got both defenders, and the 2 defenders hit on a 2 or less. Whoa, miss, and they miss. So Russia will take Russia will take Iraq for 2. Just go back from a non-combat. Now we'll go to Israel. So that's 2 for 3. Ooh, miss. 1 for 2. Miss. We'll go again. We got it. And he missed. All right. So that is Israel. The Russians are poised against a victory city now. So 1 second. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Now, let's see here. So we'll go into the air raid. So the Allies have got 3 fighters that are defending on 1. We have 3 jets hitting on 2, and then the atomic bomber. So we'll see if he. There's no anti-aircraft gun. So with atomic raids, there has to be an anti-aircraft gun in there. Well, no, actually, even though there are 3 facilities, only one of them gets to shoot back. So one facility gets to shoot at the Okay, so we have the 3 jets for 2 or less. Ooh, they got 2 hits. And then the 3 fighters for defense. They got 1 of the jets. Now the facility will roll against the Soviet nuke. It missed. So the Russians have successfully made it through to drop the atomic bomb. So now we roll 2 dice to determine ground destruction. Oh, not what we were looking for. So that's 4 dead Allied troops. And now we roll, since there are 3, a 1 or 2 is the factory is max damaged. 3 or 4, the 3 or 4 is the naval base. 5 and 6 is the air base. So his air base is max damaged for 6. So now, oh, where'd it go? So now we will take the atomic bomb. We will throw it here to show that Norway has been hit. NATO loses 3 IPC for the next 3 turns. And the NATO forces are paralyzed in there for later, or for another turn. Okay, and then lastly is our naval battle. So first, we have to force the straits. So we have a destroyer, makes it, and we have 2 cruisers, and they both make it. So now the attack is, so let's see here, we have, here, we'll put it on here. Well, let's see, goodness gracious. It's gonna be a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 2, 2 for 3, Allies, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we've got 10. So we have 10 for 2. So this is the first 5, so that's 2 hits. And then we got the next 5. Got another hit. And now we got the 2 for 3. And that's 2 more. Alright, so now the Allies fire back. Sub, 1 for 1. Miss. He's got 4 destroyers. 4 for 2. 1. 3. The 3 tacticals for 3. Ooh, 3 hits. Wasn't expecting that. And the battleship for 4 hits. Okay. Okay. The Allies are going to retreat from the battle. So, and with Norway being bombed, the 3 tacticals will have to land somewhere else. So let's see here. Okay, so the 3 tacticals, we're looking for ones. Got 1 of them. And the battleship is retreating. And it suffers a hit. Okay, so that is all the attacks this turn. We will, let's see here. Yeah, that's all the attacks this turn. We'll clean up the map quick and we'll move into the non-combats. Okay, so going into the non-combat moves for the Russians, we'll start in Europe. You're gonna come into Finland. You are gonna come here. You're gonna come into Finland. This tank, these 3 tanks are gonna go to Kazakhstan. The 2 jets that took part in the Norway battle can land in Germany. So that's as far as they can go. The strategic bomber can come back to Slovakia. I think that's everything. I think that's the non-combats for Europe right now. Yes. Okay. And then over in Asia, now we've got to really play here. Start building defenses around Amur. Gonna try and use that to build up a base in which to try and counter the Americans. Let's see here. We'll keep the jets here. He'll come. Probably move him up. These 2 will have to disengage and go up. These guys will have to turn around and head back. Probably bring you up here. We'll probably have to abandon Southeast Asia. They'll probably, yeah. He's saying that they'll probably abandon Southeast Asia, so just to make sure that they have defenses along the way. Shorten the lines. Oops. Leaving you on the coast for coastal defense. Okay. That should be all the non-combats. So at the end of the turn, China doesn't get any IPC because they're capped. Oh wait. Or how is it? Yeah, China doesn't get any IPC this turn. They'll collect next turn. Let's see here. So then Russia gets 54 for their next turn with the 2 that they saved. So that is it. Whoops, we gotta deploy. So these 3 tanks are deploying in Emmer. These 2 mechs are deploying here in Turkey. And then the, whoops, the 2, all right. Yeah, and then the 2 mechs and mechanized artillery are going to Leningrad. Okay, so that is the end of turn 4 for the communists. We were hoping that they'd have the outcomes would be a little bit better, and maybe they'd be able to hang in there for the game, but it's kind of looking like it might be another Allied victory. So we'll see what it looks like after the end of the Allies' turn. Until next time, guys, take care.